I have got over 100 different graphic organizers just for you guys today. Hi everyone, welcome to Talk and Chalk. I'm Beck. I'm normally an assistant principal in Southwest Sydney, but for the last week and for the next couple of weeks, I've had the absolute privilege of being the relieving principal at my school, which means I am slammed. Very, very busy, all good stuff, all great experiences, but just insanely busy. So today I'm going to keep this really, really quick, and I want to give you guys a ton of resources. So you can see from the title, today's topic is graphic organizers. Chances are you're using these even if you don't think you're using these. You might just think of it as a template. I'm going to go through just a very quick description of what graphic organizers are, what they're used for, what they should be used for and probably aren't being used for in some cases, and then I'm going to flip over to show you the Google folder that I have created with sharing capacity, so you guys can just follow the link that I give you and go have a look at everything that's in there. So I haven't created these things. Most of these things have got where they came from on the actual document itself, but these are things that I found free on the internet, and I've just put them all into one Google folder for you guys to be able to access. So I've saved you the process of going click, download, save, click, download, save, over and over and over again. But some of these ones that I found I had never even come across before, and I've tried to make this K-12. Keeping in mind though that some of our kids that are in secondary may not be working at secondary level, some of our kids in primary may not be working at primary level. They could be up, could be down, either way. The reason I love graphic organizers is because regardless of whatever one you're using, it can be so easily differentiated for all of our kids' needs, regardless of the subject that they're working in. So before I get into it, I'm just going to remind everyone, all of my links and everything are in the description below. So if you want to follow me on social media, I don't spam or email you anything. There's no mailing lists or anything like that. This is just me sharing, because sharing is caring. So if you are a brand new teacher, you may not have come across this term yet, or you may have it in abundance. I don't know. If you're an experienced teacher, you may have used these a lot, or not come across it. I'm not talking very well there. It's Sunday and I've been busy all week. So I've got my trusty notebook here. So a graphic organizer, It's a visual display that demonstrates relationships between facts, concepts, or ideas. It guides learning by building onto a visual map or diagram. So we're looking at something visual here. So this is very much tied in with those visual learning strategies. Or in many of these cases, I think it's very specifically visible learning. The types, oh my God. So the main ones that I've always come across are, mind map, Venn diagram, cause and effect, and now I'm going blank. When I go through them, you'll see them. Those are like my go-to ones though. Straight away, I know that's going to work easily regardless of what I'm doing. But I guess it's what your focus is and how you're going to use it that will change which one you're going to use. And I really like the idea too of using different ones just so kids get those different visuals in their head. When I'm thinking of something, even when I was spelling as a kid, I visualized it in my head, and I know not all learners do this, but at least by providing this as an option, it gives you anchor charts, it gives them something to visualize. It means that they're actually putting pencil or pen to paper and documenting something which enhances their recall of it. And really, I don't think there's anything detrimental to using these things. I can see only benefits when you use these. They're easy to use. So, I mean, thinking when I show you these different graphic organizers, a lot of them you'll see are very tied in with English. A lot of it's tied around different ways of writing, different ways of planning, how you're targeting your audience or how you're targeting your thought process. But all of them can be used across KLAs, and I'm kind of frustrated that when I was searching for these, I didn't find ones with mathematical examples, and I could just be looking in the wrong spot. I mean, I went to Google, I typed in graphic organizers, and the first 10 results that came up were predominantly things that were used in English. So that in itself shows me that that's how they're being used. But I mean, I could use a Venn diagram in maths. If I'm doing number talks or anything like that, I can compare two different numbers, types of numbers, processes. If I'm doing this, a lot of these would work really well in science, using the cause and effect and looking at the problem solving that's tied in with it. So I mean, The ways that we use these predominantly are for sequencing, for cause and effect, for comparing and contrasting, relating information to whatever the topic is, tracking information pathways, just general note taking, organizing problems and solutions, and organizing your ideas. So, I mean, I've used this in kindy through to year 6 and my extended kids that were in year 6 as well. And like I said, a lot of these ones I think would work easily in secondary, and some of the ones that are in here are very much targeted at secondary. A lot of the ones I found were also very American, so the spelling in there will be American English. But I mean, any of these you could remake yourself if you wanted to, use it the way that it's presented and change any spelling with liquid paper if you really want to, or just use it as is. It's up to you. So I'm going to flip the camera around now. I'm not going to show you all of them. I'm not going to be that crazy because there's heaps of them in there, but I'm going to pull up a few that were surprising to me that I kind of hadn't seen before. So here's the folder that I've created, and you can see there's lots of stuff on here. I've also put in here some PDF documents that have some research behind using graphic organizers and also some explanations on how to use them. So there's an example there, and you can just see, I mean, they're not necessarily colorful. These are pretty stock standard, very black and white, most of these, but you can see there's already lots of different styles. I'm just going to go up to the top here and have a look. I mean, like you can see, you know, there's a Venn diagram that's pretty simple. There's an ABC brainstorm, a web. These are different attribute styles. There's a cause and effect one. This one's cause event. I mean, this is cause and effect, but this is using a fishbone style over here. This is a chain of events. We've got lots of different character analysis organizers here as well. I like this one. This one's a clock organizer. So this is not a mathematical activity. This is designed to sequence events around in the clock. We've got classifying and contrasting, comparing and contrasting, lots of comparing and contrasting, lots with note taking. So, I mean, this is more sort of secondary with the note taking on here. I mean, we've got a cycle graph. That's a life cycle graphic organizer. You know, we've all used that. We've all done life cycles. An event map. We've got a fact frame. That was an interesting one there. Fact versus opinion. Folk story map. The 4-column chart. The 4-column chart is great for when you're doing description writing. I don't know how to pronounce it. Freya model. The garden gate here. So, I mean, they put information in different ones there. This is a New South Wales document here, this graphic organizer one. It's got some samples in there and ties to the syllabus. I'm not too sure if that's updated syllabus stuff though. You know, our hamburger for writing, ice cream for writing. We've got a history frame in here. The ladder sequencing. You know, a lot of these things are all the same thing. I mean, the clock and the ladder are essentially the same thing, just presented differently, which means that we're providing different options for our kids to do things in different ways. We've got the inverted triangle, the open mind. I might actually open that one up because that one's, I guess this is a bit of a template more than anything else, but I just think that looks different. You know, we don't get lots of bare heads to write in. So that's a cool one to look at. You know, this, if I remember correctly, this particular document has a number of pages. This is all persuasive writing, and it's got different graphic organizers throughout the entire document that you can use. So, you know, plain reasoning, concept maps, your persuasive writing sheet. That's, I mean, this just keeps going. This is 20 something pages, I think, this particular document. The pyramid of ideas. This one's just more information about using graphic organizers with reading comprehension. I mean, the question mark here, same thing. This is who, what, when, where, why, and then how graphic organizer, just presented differently. Just helps you recall that information by doing it differently. There's a couple of other who, what, when, where, why things on there as well. We've got the tree. So you write your information, it's not going to open, you write your information in the branches. So your topic's in the middle there, and you can write information out on the branches. Doesn't necessarily have to be sequential. This could just be starting to brainstorm ideas on there. Vocab cards. I like these multiple Venn diagrams there where you can have all those different slots to put things in. I mean, this one's blank, but there's other ones up there that have got sample titles and things in there. This one's a tic-tac-toe. When it opens up, you write notes in each section, and I mean, you could use that later for an activity once the kids have written it out. oh, here we go, there's a text connections one. It's got some sample stuff in there for you, so ideas that you're going to jot down. So there's no way I could explain the various different ways that you could use all of those different things here and now in this video. And you're creative, you're educators, I'm sure you'll think of different ways that I would use them as well. The whole point being though is that you can use them cross-curricular, any age. I think you can use these in, and really it doesn't limit you. These things, even though they segue what you're doing, it kind of enhances your capacity to do more things with whatever it is that you're doing with them, whether it's discussion or writing, or if it's you know, working in teams or individually or in pairs. You can use these so many different ways. I think it did definitely, looking at the time on there, it's taken me much longer to actually save all of those than it did to do the video today. So I hope these resources are beneficial for you. To access them, I will leave the link in the description below. Please let me know if it doesn't work, so I can sort that out. I think I figured out the Google Drive so far, so that's pretty good. It's a good resource. Otherwise, I'm just going to leave it there for you guys. If this was beneficial for you, and if you like those resources, or if you appreciate me taking the time to share it with you guys, give me a thumbs up. It's always much appreciated. Leave a comment below if you've used them before and you've got a favorite one. I think my favorite is usually the Venn diagram. I always go for a Venn diagram or a mind map. I'm going to put my button down below, so if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you can click on that, hover on that and click to subscribe. I'll chuck another video at the top there, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thanks, bye.